What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's your boy back in the building, MJ. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning into the show. Today's video, I just want to talk a little bit more about the new Halloween trailer that has been released, Halloween Kills. Fortunately enough, I was one of the ones that got to actually see the actual sneak peek before the trailer was actually released, and not too long after, which I expected it was going to happen, that the trailer was the sneak peek trailer. It was released. It was removed because of copy claim rights. Of course, I'm assuming it was Universal. So the person that actually did put up the sneak peek of the trailer, he actually removed it, and I figured it was going to happen. But for you guys that don't know, the Region Free, I was one of the guests on the Region Free. We talked about a few movies, and actually a couple of new movies that are coming out, and we touched a little bases on this particular film. And I think one thing that what I will say is that I think that we all came to agreement that the trailer was good for what it was, but it just revealed too much. Honestly, I think that the trailer didn't need to reveal as much as it did reveal. I think that they should have saved some of what they gave us in the trailer for us when the movie actually dropped and we actually got to see it for ourselves. So that was the only pretty negative thing I had to say about the Halloween Kills trailer. Particularly, that was the only negative thing. Is just that I think that it was just too much informative. It revealed too much for us, especially for myself being a lifelong long fan of the Halloween franchise. For those of you guys that do know me and follow me, you guys know that that is just my biggest franchise overall. That's my most favorite horror film franchise is the Halloween franchise. And what I noticed, because I want to touch bases before I go a little bit more on my thoughts as far as the movie itself and what would it be like and what we should expect from the movie. I want to touch the bases a little more. It's about, as we know from the previous film, this is the follow-up film, that, Laurie Strode was rushed to the hospital, and they assumed that they had killed Michael Myers, but then come to find out that they did not kill him. He actually escaped. Okay. And Laurie Strode, we saw her being rushed to the hospital. And I think with this new film, first of all, I just think that, I know a lot of us, and there's some of you guys out there, I'm pretty sure you guys, you're just waiting for the time. You're like, okay, when is Laurie Strode going to kill Michael Myers? I think some of us as fans been waiting for that moment and waiting for that time, waiting for the film when we're going to see the chance for Laurie Strode to actually physically and undisputably, without any questions about it, actually take out Michael Myers. But my points on that is I don't think actually that Laurie Strode is going to take out Michael Myers, and I don't think that Michael Myers is going to take out Laurie Strode. Now, the movie hasn't dropped yet, so I may have just punched myself in the mouth with that claim right there. But I think that I want you guys to bear with me. I think with the Halloween franchise, why it's so significant and why it's so relevant to the horror community and the horror fan base is that Halloween separates itself from the other franchises such as Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and the Child's Play franchise. The reason why it separates itself is because we have a dynamic duel. We have one great force meets another great force. And when those two come together and collide, it's just a major big just war zone. But I think that they love each other just as much as they hate each other, and they both need each other. And this is why I think we will not get to see Michael Myers or Laurie Strode kill one another. I just don't think we're going to see it. And we've known that. I just think the presence of both of Michael Myers, the antagonist Michael Myers, and also the protagonist Jamie Lee Curtis playing Laurie Strode, I just think it's so great and so awesome, and it has a big impact and a huge major impact on the horror community and the horror fan base. I just think that we're never going to see one of them take the other out. We're just always going to assume that one killed the other, because I remember through a couple of films where we were questioning, wow, did Jamie Lee Curtis finally die? Did Michael Myers take her out? Then we come to see another film, and then she's back in the film. And the same thing with Michael Myers. Was Michael Myers dead, but he just visually keeps coming back. So what I mean with you guys by two unstoppable forces, it's kind of like the Comic-Con series, like the Comic-Con universe. For instance, like Superman versus Lex Luthor. Batman versus the Joker. We have those two dynamic forces where they hate each other, but when they collide, they go all out war battle, but it's just they can't kill one another because it's just something preventing them from killing the other one. That's how I think what we have in the horror base, in the horror fan, in the horror community with the Halloween franchise, and this is why I think that it stands out from other franchises. I think that Laurie Strode and Michael Myers They love each other just as much as they hate each other. And this is why I believe that we will never get to see these two kill each other, because we have that kind of superhero versus villain, like Batman versus the Joker. You know how Batman and Joker can't stand each other, but it's almost like they need each other. And the same thing with Superman and Lex Luger. You know, always that dynamic duel, but they just won't kill each other. This is what I see when I think of the Halloween franchise and the battle between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. And I just think that this is what makes it stand out from other franchises for all of us that actually are lifelong fans that grew up on this. And even for the young youth and the young generation that are not lifelong fans, I think this is what makes the Halloween franchise stand out. So the question I have is, I just really don't think, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that the Halloween franchise is ever going to end? Or do you think it's just going to keep going? We're always going to keep seeing where they pull, Jamie Lee Curtis up out and bring her out of the shadows and have her come and have a dynamic battle with Michael Myers, just continuous battle on and on and on. Now, we may have a film where we won't see her in it, but then the next film we'll see her back in it again. That's what I think with other Halloween franchises. It looks like this is what the direction that we're never going to see one of these two kill each other. Now, as far as the film itself, I was skeptical because I am a lifelong fan. So when I actually saw the trailer, I went back and watched the trailer again after they actually released it. And then I went and did a little research. So from my understanding is that they're going to be bringing in and incorporating a lot of characters from the past film and the early films, which I think is going to be awesome and amazing. And particularly, you know, you're going to have basically, it's going to switch. The tables are going to turn. So now what we're going to see is we're going to see the Michael Myers, instead of becoming the hunted, he's going to be, instead of being the hunter, he's going to be the hunted. This is what we're seeing. We're going to see the role switch. Now Laurie Strode is going to be the hunter, and Michael Myers is going to be the hunted. And we're seeing this kind of cult thing. That's what we're seeing, that like this whole Laurie Strode family, where they're just going to have their whole little coat and they're going to just go on a hunt looking, searching for Michael Myers. I think that this is good. I like the direction where they're going with this movie, and I think it won't disappoint us. I do think that it's actually going to be pretty decent and pretty good. So I was excited about that. Now, in particular, I was excited when I found out that they were actually going to be bringing one of the characters that was one of the actual children that Jamie Lee Curtis, aka Laurie Strode, was babysitting from the first Halloween film in 1978. So I thought that was so awesome and amazing. So because, you know, Laurie Strode was a teenager then, and she was babysitting they were about maybe 10 to 12 years old. So now I would like to, that would be very interesting. So I'm curious to see how they're going to make those characters from the early films, how they're going to make it revolve and make a significance, and what is going to be the connection between them and Laurie Strode's at the ages now, because we know the young kids now, they're obviously going to be adults now, well-known adults. So I'm curious to know how is that going to play into the new movie. I think it actually is going to be awesome. Now, like as I said, I do think that they revealed too much with the trailer. It's like we know some people that's probably already going to die. We don't even have to watch the film, and we pretty much have an idea of some of the characters that are actually going to die in this film. I don't think they should have revealed that. I don't know the direction. Like I said, the trailer was cool, but I just don't think that they should have gave us too much. I think we would have been satisfied by enough just by giving us the backstory kind of what the new movie was going to be about, not go into far deep in. Now, as I said, that was the only negative thing I had to say about the trailer. Other than that, I just think that the trailer itself, it was good. I think it's really making me want to go see the film. As I said, if you guys don't know, I was one of the special guests on the Region Free, where we did a live broadcast and we talked about a few films, and Halloween Kills was one of the films, and we were talking about the trailer. As I said, I'm a long time fan, but I haven't been to the theaters in about 3 years, and I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to go back to the theaters until the new Scream movie drops in 2022. But I think I'm going to have to piggyback on that, and I think Halloween and also Candyman is going to possibly bring me into the theaters before my expected day that I would actually go back to the theaters. So that was pretty much for that, you guys. That's all I wanted to cover, and just go a little bit more onto it, you guys, and my thoughts and opinions after watching the sneak peek trailer and then watching the official release of the trailer and doing a little research. As I said, I was impressed by what the story is going to be. It's going to reverse those roles. It's going to be now Michael Myers is going to be the hunted instead of being the hunter. And I think that's awesome, because I'm a huge fan of the Halloween franchise, and my first thoughts was bring it on, bring it on. I think that Michael Myers is going to take on the challenge. Bring it on. So the whole family, Laurie Strode's whole family, and some of the other characters from the early films, bring it on. I think that Michael Myers is definitely going to accept the challenge, and he's just going to go beast mode in this film. Now, as I said, the main question, what I'm pretty sure a lot of you may be wondering, is Laurie Strode going to die, or is Michael Myers going to die? But like I said, I don't think that neither one of them are going to die. I think just both of them are so important to the franchise, and they have made a huge impact on the entire horror community and horror fan base. So this is why I think that Halloween is just, we're gonna probably continue to keep getting this prolonged battle between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers, just as we have the prolonged battle between the Batman and the Joker, and the battle between Superman and Lex Luthor, and so on and so on. I think this is what we're gonna get from the Halloween franchise, and I think this is just what to expect from the Halloween franchise. But other than that, you guys, I think, like I said, I have nothing negative to say about the film. It's about the trailer, except for that it was too much informative. Other than that, I'm excited actually to see the film. With me, especially being a lifelong fan and a major, huge horror fan, for a horror film, it has to be very, very good. It has to have a good storyline. It has to be unique in order for me to really be excited to watch it. So I didn't want it to be biased about the new film, but I think the direction that they are going, I think it's going to be good. A little something new for us to see. I think this whole going on a hunt for Michael Myers and this whole bloody rampage, I think this is going to be awesome, because we're going to have the Laurie Strode family, and then we're going to have some of the original characters for some of the first films. That's going to be good. My main important thing that I'm looking for and that I'm seeking for is I want to see the connection between, and I want to see what is going to be the relevance and how they're going to incorporate one of the young children that Laurie Strode babysitted when she was a teenager, and they were on between the ages of 10 and 12. I want to see what is going to be the significance and what's going to be the connection between that child back then that Laurie Strode used to babysit, compared to now that child is going to be adult now, and then Laurie Strode is fully into a certain age. So I'm curious to see how that is going to be. I'm also curious to see what is going to be the important, significant role of Jamie Lee Curtis as far as this coat we're going to have with Michael Myers. If she's going to play the backup position, or she's going to play the head role, because we know from the trailer we're seeing that Laurie Strode, she's having, like, when you see one of the people that's in power, like the president or a dictator, when they start speaking and giving their speeches and everything, we see that from Laurie Strode played by Jamie Lee Curtis in the trailer. So I'm just curious. I'm really excited and thrilled about it. Other than that, you guys, I think that's all I think that's all I have to say about this. I'll just go ahead and end this segment right there. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. But as I said, I was very, very impressed with the new Halloween franchise, that film that is going to be coming out soon. I think it's going to be good. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that the trailer is not overrating the film. But then when we get to see the film, and then after us watching the film, we just like, it is what it was. It is what it was. Now that I saw the film, I'm not so thrilled, excited as I was when I saw the trailer. I'm hoping that does not happen. I'm hoping the film itself is actually just as good, and it lives up to the expectations of what that trailer gave us, okay? But that's all I have for you guys. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in to the show. Much love and appreciation to all of you guys and all the supporters. So until next time, you guys already know what it is. It's the M to the J to the peace.